Okay, good morning students. Today I am going to start a new chapter. Important for JEE point of view. Complex numbers. Complex numbers. Okay. Yeah, number system. First of all, I want to start with number system. All countable numbers are called natural numbers. All natural numbers including 0. The set is called set of whole numbers. All the natural numbers with negative natural numbers and including 0 is called a set of integers. ZRI -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, so on. All countable numbers are called natural numbers. All countable numbers including 0. The set is called new set, that is whole numbers. Means every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number need not be a natural number. Next, integers. All natural numbers and including negative natural numbers and 0. So these are called negative natural numbers, or I minus, or negative integers you can call. These are positive integers. This is I minus, this is I plus. This is only integer, neither positive nor negative. So after this we have rational numbers. Important, rational numbers. The numbers are the form P by Q, where P comma Q belongs to Z and Q not equal to 0 and GCD of P and Q is equal to 1. Such numbers are treated as rational numbers. Okay. So 2 by 3 is a rational number. 4 by 3 also rational number. 3 also rational number, because 3 by 1 you can write P by Q form, Q not equal to 0, that GCD is 1. Okay. So the numbers of the form P by Q are called rational numbers. Okay. Irrational numbers, important, irrational numbers. Some numbers are there, some numbers exist in our system which are not in the form of P by Q. Such numbers are called irrational numbers. Means you can't write the numbers in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers, Q not equal to 0. Like that. Or another words you can say that non-recurring, non-terminating decimals are called irrational numbers. Non-recurring, non-terminating decimals. There are three types of decimals. There are three types of decimals. This is terminating decimal, terminating decimal. This is called recurring decimal. 3 is recurring. This is called non-terminating, non-recurring. 3.3145678 like that is going on. Non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Such decimals are called irrational numbers. Means you can't write these in the form of P by Q. Terminating decimals you can write. 2.3 means 23 by 10. P by Q form. 2.333 also correct, 2.3 bar, you know how to write the P by Q form. But 2.3145678, so going on, the decimal is not recurring, non-terminating. Non-terminating, non-recurring decimals are called irrational numbers. Those you can't write in the form of P by Q, irrational numbers. So union of these two, Q union Q star, this new set is called set of real numbers. Set of real numbers. Introduce of complex numbers up to R is bigger set. Okay, R is nothing but a union of Q and Q star. So what happened on here? First natural numbers. Okay, next whole numbers. Venn diagram. Every natural number is a whole number. Here 1, 2, 3, so on. Here 0 extra. Or the integers. Z. Here negative numbers. After integers, what happened? Q introduced. Q, fractional numbers. Q. Understood? Q. So here 2 by 3, 4 by 7, like that. After that, Q star introduced. Q star and Q are disjoint sets. Q and Q star disjoint sets. Okay, union of these two is called real numbers. This is real number set. Every natural number is a real number, every whole number is a real number, every integer is a real number, every rational number is a real number, every rational number also real number. Okay. For example, you had a problem x plus 3 equal to 0, then what is the value of x so that x is a real number? Simply you can say that x equal to minus 3. For example, x square minus 1 equal to 0. Find a real x which is satisfied by x square minus 1 equal to 0. We can say that 1 will satisfy, minus 1 also satisfy. Now our problem is if x square plus 1 equal to 0 given, find a value of x in real number system which satisfies x square plus 1 equal to 0. So what happened now? This is x square equal to minus 1, x is equal to root over minus 1. Root over minus 1 are there in the system of real numbers. Understood? So root over minus 1 are there. Means you can say that there is no solution for this equation. By using up to real number system, you can say there is no solution. But what did mathematicians extended a number system? So they introduced a new number system called complex number system. So root over minus 1 is taken as iota. I means iota. We need to read as iota, not iota. IOTA, iota. I is a Greek letter. Among 23 Greek letters like alpha, beta, gamma, this is one of the Greek letter, iota. So root over minus 1 means now onwards we want to treat as iota. First mathematician used this symbol is Euler. Okay. So now onwards root over minus means iota. You can say that what is the solution of this equation? Iota. Iota will satisfy this equation, x square plus 1 equal to 0. That is iota. Okay, this is imaginary. Imagine root over minus 1 is taken as iota. We imagined. That's why such numbers are called imaginary numbers. See here, root over minus 4 given. According to this concept, root over minus 1 to root over 4 you can write. So 2 iota you can write. Root over minus 1, 2 iota. This number is not there in the real number system. Such numbers are called imaginary numbers. This number is imaginary, imagined. 2 iota is imaginary number. 3 iota imaginary number. Root 3 iota imaginary numbers. Understood or not? So important thing is here what is 3? 3 real number. Here what is root 3? Root 3 real number. Understood? That's why the number of the form bi, where b is a real number, is called imaginary number. B iota. Here b is real number, so this number is called imaginary numbers. The numbers of the bi, where b is a real number, are called imaginary numbers. Yeah, okay students. Now onwards, root over minus 1 means iota. Okay, iota square means minus 1. Iota cube means iota square into iota. Iota square is minus 1. That's why minus iota. Iota power 4. Iota square into iota square. Iota square is minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1, 1. Okay. Now I want to write the definition of a complex number. So what is the meaning of this? The numbers of the form b iota, where b is a real number, are called imaginary numbers. Now I want to write the definition of complex number. Complex number definition are set of complex numbers. The numbers of the form a plus iota b, where a comma b are real numbers and root over minus 1 is iota. Such numbers are called complex numbers. 2 plus 3 iota is a complex number. So a plus iota b, a is called real part of this complex number, and b, not iota b is called imaginary part of that complex number. Generally complex numbers are denoted by z, capital Z, set of complex numbers denoted by z. For example, this z is equal to a plus iota b. Here a is called real part of this complex number and b is called imaginary part of this we will write like this: a equal to real part of z, or simply rez, means real part of z. So b is called imaginary part of z, imaginary part of z, or just im of z. Im of z means imaginary part of z. Okay, important. If a equal to 0 and b is not equal to 0, then z becomes what, nana? B iota. This is called pure imaginary number. A equal to 0, b not equal to 0, then that number is called pure imaginary number. If a is not equal to 0 and b equal to 0, then z becomes a. This is called pure real number. Pure real number. That's why 2 is pure real number. 2i is called pure imaginary number. Understood? Okay, if a equal to 0, b equal to 0, important. Now z equal to 0. Z equal to 0 is treated as, in this chapter, pure real as well as pure imaginary. Separate character for 0. 0 is treated as pure real as well as pure imaginary number. Okay. Important note. 3 is greater than 2. Minus 7 is less than 3. Comparison between two real numbers exist, but comparison between two complex numbers won't exist. B iota, 2 iota and 3 iota given, you can't say that 2 iota is less than 3 iota, because number only imagined. How can you compare? So comparison of complex numbers does not exist in number system. But you can equate, but you can compare. Understood? For example, z1 is a complex number a plus b iota, and z2 is given c plus d iota. Then you can equate them. For example, z1 equal to z2, a plus iota b equal to c plus iota d. This happens when this real part should be equal to this real part, and this imaginary part should be equal to this imaginary part. Then only these two complex numbers are equal. Means what happened here? A should be equal to c and b should be equal to d. Then only you can say that z1 complex number equal to z2 complex number. We can equate to complex numbers, but you can't compare to complex numbers. So complex number means a plus iota b, where a comma b real numbers, root over minus 1 is taken as iota. So a equal to 0, pure imaginary number, b equal to 0, a not equal to 0, pure real number. Understood? That's why every number you can write in this form. Every number you can write in this form. For example, 3 given, we can write 3 in this form only. 3 plus iota 0 I can write. So I can say this is complex number. Actually pure real number. Now I can call complex number. Understood? That means every real number is a complex number. Every real number is a complex number. Okay, actually this is pure real number. I can call complex. Without using the word pure, I can say this complex, because I can write in the form of a plus ib, a plus iota b. Understood? So that's why every real number is a complex number, but every complex number need not be a real number. For example, 2 plus 3i given, this is pure complex number. Okay, pure complex number. Okay, students? Yeah. Number system, Venn diagram. This is C, complex numbers. Inside complex numbers, real numbers are there. Okay, this number is called pure complex number. This is pure real number. In real numbers, 2 are there. One is Q star, one is Q, rational number and irrational numbers. Integers, I. Whole numbers, natural numbers. Okay, so what is the conclusion here? N is a subset of W, W is a subset of I is a subset of Q, Q is a subset of R is a subset of C. Complex numbers. Okay. All the properties of real numbers are applicable in complex numbers. Means we can add to complex numbers, we can subtract from other, we can multiply a complex number with other, we can divide a complex number by other, we can find square root of a complex number. Means all the properties of real numbers are applicable for complex numbers because complex number also number. Okay, so one important note, root over minus a into root over minus b is not equal to root over ab. Somebody are concluding like this, root over a into root over m into root over n is equal to root over mn. No? They use that concept. So root over minus a into root over minus b, root over minus a into minus b, root over ab only, no? But while applying this result in real numbers, your m should be non-negative, your n should be non-negative, then only root over m into root over n, root over mn. But this is not a non-negative number, no, this law is not applicable here. But what is the root over a into root over b value? Observe here, root over minus a I can written as root over a iota, because root over minus into root over a, root over minus iota. Root over minus b I can write as root over b into iota. Root over minus a into root over minus b is equal to root a into iota into root b into iota. That is root a into root b into iota square. Iota square means minus 1 minus root over ab. Therefore, root over minus a into root over minus b is equal to minus root over ab. All the properties, all the operations of real numbers are applicable for complex numbers. Yeah, okay students, now operations on complex numbers. First one is addition of two complex numbers. Yeah, z1 is given as a plus iota b, z2 given as c plus iota d. I want to add these two complex numbers. z1 plus 2 is equal to a plus iota b plus c plus iota d, or in other words you can say that a plus c plus iota of b plus d. For z1 plus z2, the real part is a plus c, and imaginary part is b plus d. So in this way you can add two complex numbers. So in real numbers, we discussed the properties of real numbers with respect to addition. With respect to addition, real number satisfies closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity property, and inverse property or inverse law. Like that, complex numbers also satisfies closure property with respect to addition, commutative property with respect to addition, associative property with respect to addition, identity property with respect to addition, and inverse property with respect to addition. First of all, I want to explain what is meant by closure. A is a real number, B is another real number, A plus B also another real number. Then you can say that real numbers are satisfying closure property with respect to addition. Like that, z1 is a complex number, z2 is a complex number, the result also a complex number only, z1 plus z2 is a complex number only. That's why closure property is satisfied by complex number with respect to the operation addition. I can write like this, z1 plus z2 equal to complex. Okay. Next, what is commutative property in real numbers with respect to addition? A is a real number, B is another real number, A plus B equal to B plus A, then you can say that the real number set satisfies commutative property with respect to addition. Here also, Z1 plus Z2 is this, Z2 plus Z1 also this one, and C plus A plus iota times of D plus B, both are same. That's why what happened on here, commutative property means Z1 plus Z2 equal to Z2 plus Z1 only, means complex numbers also satisfying commutative property with respect to addition. So associative property in real numbers, okay, A comma B comma C are any three real numbers. If A plus B of plus C equal to A plus of B plus C, then you can say that real number satisfying associative property with respect to addition. Here also. Z1, Z2, Z3 are any three complex numbers. Z1 plus Z2 of Z3 is equal to Z1 plus of Z2 plus Z3 only. Just you can check, that is not big problem. Students, these two are important: identity property or identity law, and inverse law or inverse property. First of all, I want to explain by using in real numbers. A is a real number. Then there exists another real number E such that A plus E equal to E plus A equal to A. Then you can say that real number satisfies identity property, and such E is called identity element with respect to addition. Actually, instead of E should write 0 only, means A plus 0 equal to 0 plus A equal to A only. 0 is called additive identity in real numbers. Same concept is applicable in complex numbers also. Z is a complex number. There exists another complex number, say Z star or something, such that Z1 plus Z star equal to Z star plus Z1 equal to Z1. What should write instead of Z star? You need to write 0 only. 0 is a complex number only, no? 0 treated as pure real as well as pure complex. You can say 0 is a complex number only. Such complex are existing, no? That's why 0 is existing. Such complex number existing means complex numbers are satisfying identity property with respect to addition, as well as more generally you can say that 0 is the additive identity in complex numbers. Z plus 0 equal to 0 plus Z equal to Z only. Here 0 is called additive identity. 0 is additive identity. Important. Okay. Inverse property. First of all, I want to explain in real number system. A is a real number. Then there exists another real number, A star. Okay, such that A plus A star equal to A star plus A equal to E. Plus means E means 0 only, no? Equal to 0. A plus A star equal to A star plus A equal to 0. If such A star exists in real numbers, then you can say that real number satisfied by inverse property, that A star is called additive inverse of A. Actually, here instead of A star, what should write down? Minus A only in real numbers. A star means minus A only. That means A plus of minus A equal to minus A of plus A equal to 0. That's why minus A is called additive inverse of A. Same property is applicable in complex numbers also. Observe here. Z is a complex number. There exists another complex number, so that the complex number plus Z equal to 0. Okay, that complex number nothing but minus Z. Minus Z. First of all, I want to explain what is the negative of complex number. Negative of a complex number. Z is a complex number. Minus Z is another complex number. Just to be multiplied with minus. For example, Z is given 2 plus iota 3. What is minus Z means? I can say minus 2 minus 3 iota. Understood? That's why Z plus minus Z equal to minus Z plus Z equal to 0. This minus Z is existing. That's why you can say that complex numbers are satisfying inverse property with respect to addition. So this minus Z is called additive inverse of Z. Additive inverse of Z. Okay. So I will write like this: Z plus minus Z equal to minus Z plus Z equal to 0. Here minus Z is called. So right here now minus Z is called additive inverse of Z. Additive inverse of Z. Additive inverse of Z. So these are the properties of complex number with respect to the addition.